Walt Disney's Disneyland.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are.
Each week as you enter this timeless land, one of these many worlds will open to you. Frontierland. Tall tales and true from the legendary past. Tomorrowland. Promise of things to come. Adventureland. The wonder world of nature's own realm. Fantasyland. The happiest kingdom of them all. Presenting this week, the Disneyland Story. This is the Walt Disney Studio in Burbank, California. And directly over Mickey Avenue, the main thoroughfare of the studio. To all outward appearance, it's just another working day here. The actors arrive and prepare for the day's work. Kirk Douglas, Peter Lorre, Esmeralda. On stage, James Mason has already begun work, battling a 40-ton squid. On the stages nearby, other productions are afoot.
I know you, I walked with you once upon a dream. I know you, the gleam in your eyes is so familiar a gleam. Yet I know it's true that visions are seldom all they seem. But if I know you, I know what you do. You love me at once, the way you did once upon a dream.
On the surface, things here appear to be following their normal pattern. But the truth of the matter is, something unusual is going on in the studio today. Something that never happened before. Here now to tell you about it is Walt Disney.
Welcome. I guess you all know this little fella here. It's an old partnership. Mickey and I started out the first time many, many years ago. We've had a lot of our dreams come true. Now we want you to share with us our latest and greatest dream. That's it, right here. Disneyland, seen from about 2,000 feet in the air and 10 months away. I want to tell you about it because later on in the show you'll find that Disneyland the place and Disneyland the TV show are all part of the same. Now on a site of 240 acres near the city of Anaheim in Southern California, right about in here, we've begun to build Disneyland the place. We hope that it will be unlike anything else on this earth. A fair, amusement park, an exhibition, a city from the Arabian Nights, metropolis from the future. In fact, a place of hopes and dreams, facts and fancy, all in one. Now, next year, our television show will be coming from this Disneyland. But this year, we want you to see and share with us the experience of building this dream into a reality. This is a 1/4 inch to the foot scale model of Disneyland. When you come in the main gate, past the railroad station, down the steps and across the band concert park, straight ahead lies the heartline of America, an old-fashioned Main Street. Hometown USA, just after the turn of the century. America was growing fast. Towns and villages were turning into cities. Soon the gas light will be replaced by electricity, but that was still in the future. At this time, Little Main Street was still the most important spot in the nation, combining the color of frontier days with the oncoming excitement of the new 20th century. Now at the foot of Main Street, about where you're sitting, is the plaza. The plaza, or the hub, is the heart of Disneyland. Shooting out from here, like the 4 cardinal points of the compass, Disneyland is divided into 4 cardinal realms. The 4 different worlds from which our television shows will originate. They are Adventureland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, and Frontierland. Behind the gates of Frontierland is the inspirational America of the past century. Here is the treasure of our native folklore, the songs, tales, and legends of the big men who built the land. Some of them were completely legendary, like Paul Bunyan the woodchopper with his Blue Ox Babe. Then again, we find that true stories about real people can be fabulous too. Now in our TV series from Frontierland, we're going to tell about these real people who became legend, like Davy Crockett, the first coonskin congressman. Now Davy's life was so fantastic that it was hard to tell where fact left off and fancy began. Now here's Norman Foster, director of the unit, who's going to shoot the story of Davy Crockett on Davy's own home grounds, the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee.
Well, tomorrow we push off for the Davy Crockett country. When we were back there looking for locations, I noticed a funny thing. People back there still talk about Davy. They sing songs and they tell stories that have been handed down from generation to generation. In the hearts of these people, old Davy Crockett is still very much alive. Now, we're about to shoot a little test here, and it's just as good a way as any for you to meet the young man that's going to play Davy. His name is Fess Parker. He'll tell you a little about it in a song. You ready, Fess?
Ready.
Ready?
Roll 'em. Action.
Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, greenest state in the land of the free. Raised in the woods so he knew every tree. Killed him a bar when he was only 3. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Fought single-handed through the Injun War, till the creeks was whipped and the peace was in store. And while he was handling this risky chore, made himself a legend forevermore. Davy Crockett, the man who don't know fear.
He went off to Congress and served a spell, fixing up a government and laws as well. He took over Washington, so I hear tell, and patched up a crack in the Liberty Bell.
Davy Crockett, seeing his duty clear. When he come home, his politicking done, while the Western March had just begun. So he packed his gear and his trusty gun and lit out grinning to follow the sun. Davy Crockett, leading the pioneer. He heard of Houston and Austin and so.
To the Texas plains he just had to go.
Their freedom was fighting another foe.
And they needed him
at the Alamo. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
Our second realm is called Adventureland, the base of operations for our camera teams in almost every sector of the world. Within Adventureland is a wonder world of nature's own design. Her animal creatures, her fabulous plan of life. Here, too, is a world of unusual people and faraway places. To tell about Adventureland and the stories to come from here is producer Ben Sharpstein.
At the present time, we have 30 camera crews operating in various parts of the world, filming stories for our Adventureland shows. Actually, it would be difficult to single out any one of these as being most interesting. But one that is certainly most unusual is this expedition that we have here in the Galapagos Islands, directly on the equator. Just getting there was an adventure filled with hazards. 2 men at sea for 25 days. Only 30 feet of boat to furnish transportation, living quarters, and carry supplies for a 6-month stay. On their arrival, they were greeted by a welcoming committee, and so, for Conrad Hall, the filming of the Galapagos story began before he even reached the shore. Jack Coffer, the other half of the camera team, is recording the amazing story of the giant land tortoise, putting on film the life history of a rare and all but extinct specimen. Another species peculiar to the islands is a marine iguana, the only seagoing lizard. He lives on land and feeds exclusively on seaweed. A living reminder of the age of dinosaurs. He's equally at home on land or in the water. In the Atlantic Ocean, 500 miles off the coast of South America, are the windswept, treeless Falkland Islands. Sewell Pettengill is an authority on bird life, but when he attempted to film the curious ways of